Hey guys, and welcome back to today's podcast episode. It for me is a very special episode because I wanted to share 29 things that I have learned by the sweet old age of 29 because it is my birthday. And I was inspired to spontaneously record this podcast just because of how happy I felt. I truly have had the best birthday of my life so far today, and that is because I just got to celebrate being alive. I really just spent time with the people I loved. I felt cared for. I felt seen and witnessed for who I am and celebrated for that. And we don't often celebrate just being alive, or we kind of wait for these special occasions, and today truly did feel very magical. So I just wanted to share all the love that I felt poured into me back to you and say thank you for listening and for being with me on this journey. And yeah, although 29 might not be the oldest and wisest age, it is the oldest and wisest that I have felt. And I created a post on Instagram just sharing 29 simple things that, I feel like I've learned over the years and are sort of the core things that I want to carry through my life and are the foundations of who I am, as well as some little fun things as well that I think we often forget as we start to get older, or just, we don't look at like the little things in life that are the things that actually matter. So that's what today's podcast episode is going to be. Like I said, I'm so grateful you're here. If you've listened to any of the other episodes or subscribed, this podcast feels like the natural evolution of who I am, and it just feels so special to be able to share from the heart. So with that being said, let's dive in. Number 1, find joy in the simple things in life. Very simple, but today was a really beautiful reminder of that. Having a coffee, waking up with someone I care about, getting to go to work and do something that I love, being surrounded by people that I care about, eating foods that make me happy, watching a sunset, and going and getting ice cream. Like, so simple little things, but actually these little things are the simple joys that we sort of overlook because we wait for these big grand things or these holidays or these big adventures, and actually it's just these day-to-day things that bring us the most happiness. Number 2, life is too short for bad coffee. I just, find that I want to enjoy what I do have, and I don't know how long I'm going to be on this earth. And I've learned over the last couple of years, if I receive something like a bad coffee, I'm not afraid to ask for it to be another way. And it's always said with love, and it's always said with gratitude. But if you're going to have something, like, really enjoy it. You should enjoy what you are indulging in life. Number 3, nothing is ever personal. This has been a big lesson this year for me, especially when maybe something happens or someone does something and it can feel personal, but when you realize that it is nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Because if they're choosing to do something, although it might feel like, why did they do that to me? Or why did they choose someone else over me? Or why didn't they invite me? It's not about you. It might be about something within them that they have not worked through. So maybe you trigger someone, or maybe someone has an avoidant pattern, or whatever it is. And when you realize it's not about you, you can find so much more peace and grace. And I feel peace is something we're all seeking. And so I always say it's a them thing, not a you thing. Number 4, nature is truly healing. I spoke about the sunset. Just being outside in nature, feeling like the air on your skin and actually noticing it and being present in the moment of actually looking up at a tree or looking down at a flower and just actually seeing it and seeing the beauty in it. It is so healing for the soul. And also this one came to me through, my many, many journeys of plant medicine and truly seeing the path of the medicine and the path of the plants and being able to walk that. Like, I believe the way to healing both the soul and the body is through nature. Number 5, you won't regret reading a book. Even if the book isn't great, you'll be so proud that you read it, or be happy that you read it, because that's you showing up for yourself and, investing in your learning. This could be financially buying the book or investing your time, whatever it is. There's always something to learn from a book. There's always something to even learn from being able to slow down and take time for you. Number 6, laugh more. I love laughing. I love getting to that place where you are crying when you're laughing, and as we get older, we get a little bit more serious. So this is my reminder to you to laugh more. Number 7, start the project that you've always wanted. For me, it was this podcast. For you, it could be the online business. It could be the arts and crafts that my mom started at the ripe old age of 50 something, whatever she is. And, I just feel like we put things off that we secretly love or really want to do. And so it's just a reminder to start the project because time is passing and all you have is right now. Number 8, love deeply, passionately, and with no hesitation. And this for me comes back to living from a place of love, living from the heart, and knowing that what you put out will come back to you. And I spoke about this in my episode number 2 about writing a new love story, that I believe we are all here to love, so you might as well do it wholeheartedly. Number 9, age is just a number. It goes without saying, how you show up and how you feel is, all that matters. And, it's not just about getting older. I feel like even when I was younger, I might have put myself in a box based off my age and sort of overlooked the wisdom that I did have, and maybe didn't celebrate all that I did know because of my age. But also, as you do get older, you do feel the pressure, or I personally have felt recently the pressure of, oh my God, I'm getting older. Should I be getting married? Why don't I have a partner? Should I be having kids? And everything is in divine timing. So age is just a number. Stay on your own path, trust your journey, and trust the divine plan and the things that you cannot see yet. Number 10, nobody actually has it figured out. Like my friends, I'm looking around, they're in their 30s. No one really knows what they're doing. Everyone is just trying to get by, trying to have a good time. And you definitely get wiser and you can see patterns and lessons a lot clearer just because you have more experience of, life. But I don't think anyone has it all figured out. And, even the more you accumulate, maybe financially or materialistically, there's more things to carry and you have to figure that out as well. So you're just constantly playing the game of life of figuring it out as you move through the journey. Number 11, turn lessons into blessings. This is one of my favorite sayings. It's not a lesson, it is a blessing, because there is a blessing in that lesson, whatever is showing up in your life to teach you. I know that you can find a blessing in that. The thing that didn't work out, the job that you didn't get, the boyfriend that broke up with you, there is a blessing in that because it's redirecting you to a new path. It's letting go and creating space for something that is no longer aligned to you. Therefore, it's a blessing in disguise sometimes. So when you can take a lesson and see it as a blessing, it's a beautiful thing. Number 12, move to a new country and figure the rest out later. This was me when I moved to Barcelona. This was me when I moved to London. This is me when I moved to Bali. I had no plan. I had no job. I had no idea what I was going to do, where I was going to live, how I was going to make friends. I just trusted my inner compass of where I wanted to go. I wanted to have new experiences, go live in new places, and I do not come from a financially well-off background. I do not have savings, and I never was sort of set up for success when moving to these countries. However, I'm a hustler and I figured it out because everything is figure outable. You just figure it out as you go along. So I think the key thing here is just going and taking that first step and going to that place that you want to go to, or taking that leap of faith, I suppose. Number 13, believe in magic and miracles. If you don't believe something, how is it ever going to happen? How is it ever going to come true? And through walking my path of plant medicine, I have truly witnessed and experienced miracles and magic. And it might sound woo-woo. I love a bit of woo-woo. I am very woo-woo. But to truly experience magic and see magic and experience healing on a soul level, on a physical level, and just actually see that magic does exist and miracles do exist, but I do believe that you have to actually believe in it. So that is why that is my number 13, just to believe in the magic and miracles and believe that it can happen to you and for you. Number 14, it's okay to cry and feel your emotions. I learned this through my own sort of experience and journey of stepping more into my feminine energy, learning about the feminine principles, learning how to let down the armor and let go of the shield that I've been carried when I was so in my wounded feminine and hyper masculine energy. And the more I've tapped into my own self and my soul and done my healing work, I have now been able to process emotions and cry and feel it and really just be in it and hold myself in those emotions and let go of the shame around crying and not seeing it as weakness, actually seeing it as strength, that I can hold that and I can be in it and feel it and not just push it under the carpet, because there's so much strength and power in that. Number 15, whoever is meant for you will stay. And this is one I wanted to say as well, is like speaking your truth, like being who you are. When you show up as your authentic self, the right people will stay in your life. If you are holding on to people by creating a fake version of yourself or not being your full self, it's like you don't want those people because they're not there for the real you. So just show up wholeheartedly as you and fully embodied, and the right people will stay. And anyone who doesn't was not meant to be in your life. Number 16, trust in your inner wisdom and intuition. This is very much a feminine quality, a feminine trait of just being really in tune with our inner wisdom and our intuition. Like, what is your soul speaking to you? What is it saying? And actually being able to trust that. So when you get a quote unquote gut feeling, or you just know something, being able to stand in that power and really back yourself up and be like, no, this is what I feel. Like, I just know it to be true, and not question yourself. Because the more you can tune into that and trust that, I feel you can tune into the universe working through you. And for me, this might mean one thing, and for you, it might mean something else. It could mean you feel like God is speaking to you. It could mean your spirit guides. It could be your highest self. And I believe when we are tuning into what our soul is telling us, it is guiding us towards the next step or the next phase in our journey. And when we go against our intuition, it's like we're going against our inner knowing and our inner compass versus trusting ourselves, trusting a higher source, whatever we choose to believe in, or just trusting something bigger than us, and that our gut instincts are almost like our guardian angels in ways. So yeah, I feel like that definitely comes with maturing and growing up, and that you really learn how to almost fine tune what your intuition is saying to you. Number 17, ask for help more. I definitely struggled with asking for help because I had adopted this I can do it all by myself syndrome. It's a masculine energy to have, thinking that you can do everything by yourself and that you don't need help, when really, when we allow someone else to help us, not only does it help us, it's also allowing the other person to share their gifts and do something that they want to do and express themselves in ways. And I think of the masculine in this aspect, and it's almost like we're giving them a space to do what they are amazing at doing, which is like being the provider, being the person that builds the shelf, versus thinking you have to do it by yourself. And of course, we are independent women and we can do it if we want to. However, we don't need to. And there are people that know so much more than us, that are so much more gifted at certain things. And it's being humble enough as well to say someone can do a better job at this and maybe they can teach me whilst asking for help. So it is like a win-win. And this is something that I'm still definitely learning, and it's almost like a game at this point. I try and ask for help when I feel uncomfortable, as it's like a way to lean into the discomfort, and it helps break this sort of pattern that I've strengthened over the years that definitely is not serving me. Number 18, which kind of leads into the last one, it's letting go of old outdated versions of you. So this sort of hyper masculine, I can do it all by myself, I don't need anyone, I've got me sort of mentality. Of course, in the grand scheme of things, like, you do have you and you are the one that has to look out for you, but also you can let go of these old versions of yourself that aren't in alignment with the person that you are now or the person that you want to become. So if there's certain habits or patterns that you're holding on to. This could be with your schedule, the way you approach food, the way you dress, the way you act, the friendships, whatever it is. If you do not feel like it is a reflection of who you are on the inside, you've got to make the effort to grow as a person and also say goodbye to parts of you. And that is a grieving process. I spoke about it in my grief podcast, that actually, it's hard to let go of versions of you, especially if there's parts of you that you loved within that. But if you hold on to that, it doesn't create the space for you to become the newer version of you. Number 19, give without expecting anything in return. What we give, I do believe, will come back to us. I've said this, that if you give love, that it will come back to you, but it shouldn't be the reason that you give. I feel like that can often be like the sort of Western culture society, that if you do something for someone, they owe you something. And it's actually being able to give freely because it feels good to you, because it's putting good out into the world. And then if someone chooses to do something in return, it's like a surprise, or it's so welcomed and received, and it will feel just as good to you to receive it as it did for you to give it, versus doing something feeling like it's an obligation or feeling like you have to do something in order to get something, where that is not the truth. You should be able to receive something from others without giving, and equally you should be able to give without expecting anything in return. Number 20, smile more at strangers. Again, this is like giving without expecting anything in return, just being able to add joy into someone's life and smile and add positivity into the world. I was going through one of the toughest days this year. I think I was crying as I was driving my motorbike, and someone just smiled at me, and that smile just reminded me that there is goodness in the world and that there's good people, and that person had no idea who I was, no idea what I was going through, yet made such a difference to my life in that very moment. And so if I know that I can do that by just doing something that's free, which is smiling, like that is so incredible. And I think we all need a little reminder just to smile a little bit more, because it can make someone else happy, and also it can actually make you happier when you smile. Like when you smile, how good does it feel? Number 21, some things are worth fighting for. It could be a relationship, it could be a job. If there's something in your heart and you feel like you're not done yet, it's worth speaking your truth over. It's worth sharing what's truly in your heart and your truth and your true emotions from a place of pure vulnerability as well, because I would rather walk away from something knowing I absolutely gave it my everything than to give up on something feeling like I could have potentially done something more. And you can walk away with a humble heart and a humble mind and feel at peace when you know that you did everything that you could, and you stood in your truth and you shared your truth and your emotions. And even if it isn't reciprocated, or even if the other person doesn't feel that way, or your boss doesn't see it the way that you see it, or whatever it is, you know that you did everything in your power, and all you have is what you have control over. We can't control anyone else. We can't choose other people's life path, but we can choose how we show up. And sometimes that does require us getting vulnerable, getting raw and getting real, and fighting for what we actually want. Number 22, practice listening to others. This is definitely a maturity thing. I feel I am a talker. I love to talk. I love to chat. I love to share my life stories, my experiences, and being able to relate to people. But being able to hold space, there's so much grace in that. And just being able to sit and witness someone in whatever they're moving through, whatever they're sharing. It could be deep, it could be joyful, it could be juicy. Just being able to sit and hear someone and be like, I see you, I hear you, I am here for you. Oof, that is juicy, no? And also it creates a safe space for other people just to know that they have someone that wants to hear them and maybe not give them advice or share an opinion on what they're going through. So practice listening to others. Number 23, fresh sheets are always a good idea. You will not regret, you will not regret getting into a fresh bed with crisp sheets that smell nice and feel good, makes you feel fresh, makes you feel pure. It's just hits the soul so good. So it's your reminder, change your bed sheets, get into fresh sheets, moisturize, exfoliate, do the damn thing, and you will feel so much better for it. I also feel like if you're having a bad day, just getting into a fresh bed is almost like a fresh start. Number 24, buy yourself the damn flowers. I was very fortunate. I received many of flowers for my birthday. I love flowers, like they're a gift from God. We often wait for people to buy us the flowers when really we can make our lives even more beautiful and go out and buy ourselves flowers. It's a form of self-love. It's a form of self-care. It adds beauty into your life. It's very feminine. Also, I love buying flowers for other people as well. I won't lie. I just feel like it's such a nice way to show someone that you care about them. But don't just wait for the guy to buy you flowers. Buy them for yourself. And it also sets the example for other people and shows other people that, hey, I like to receive flowers because I bought them for myself. Wink, wink. Number 25, believe actions over words. Another way of saying this is like trust patterns, not potential. A lot of people can say a lot of things. They can say what you want to hear, but if their actions do not align with their words, or their words aren't aligning with their actions, aka they're saying a lot of stuff but aren't doing a lot of stuff, this is for you to discern and you to say, hey, I know you're saying these things, but what you're actually doing isn't equaling that, or it isn't making me feel the words that you're saying. So if someone's saying that they care about you and then they're doing nothing to show you that they care about you, like, don't just be like, oh, but he said he cared about me. Be like, what are his actions saying, or what are her actions saying? If your friend is saying that she loves you and she can't wait to hang out with you and spend time with you, and then isn't actually making any plans or following up, it's like, I hear you, but I don't see you. And for me, it's like, show me that you are in integrity. Don't just tell me the things that I want to hear to keep me in your life. Number 26, gelato dates over everything. There's just like, the simple things. We spoke about it, and being able to sit and just be and be in that like childlike spirit and eat something yummy that puts a smile on your face with someone you love, a friend, a lover, whatever it is, and just be able to like indulge in that moment with each other, in the company, in each other's presence, eating something delicious. I'm just like, gelato dates until the day I die. Number 27, you're never too old for sleepovers. And you're never too old to hang out with your friends and do the things you did as, a child, and just be silly and not be so serious all the time. I feel like it's really easy to get caught up in that, oh, just got home from work, just finished, need to relax, need to do all the self-care, need to do the healing. It's like, yeah, we need to do all that stuff, but we also need to make time for play and fun and like have the sleepovers and go bowling and go to the cinema and do the things that kind of make you feel, alive, or just, youthful in ways, especially as you get older. And so like I had like a little like girlfriend date the other day, and we were just like doing wholesome things that you kind of forget to do when you get older. Number 28, dance like nobody is watching. It's just expression of who you are. Like if it's on a dance floor, if it's in a dance class, just doing something for you, moving your body and just feeling free. And I feel like dancing is a way for us to feel free. I love going to ecstatic dance. I love going to like sensual dance classes and just doing it for me, like dancing for me. It's so healing. It's so therapeutic. It's a way to get into your body. It's a way to feel sexy. And also it's just a way to move energy as well, especially when you're feeling stuck or stagnated or just kind of feeling a little bit lost. Just being able to just move and feel alive is, a good reminder for me to continue doing that for the next year and for the rest of my life. And to end, 29, life is a journey, not a destination. If we are so focused on the end goal, on the marriage, on the relationship, on the job, we miss the whole journey to getting there. And what I have learned through my bodybuilding competitions and my journey of life is that if we are so focused on the end goal, we miss all the little things that are actually the things that matter the most. It's the growth, it's the hard times, it's the low times, it's the small wins in life that are actually the big things. And so if we just focus and measure success based off the end goal, we're not actually seeing that all those little steps in between are the things that are our success stories, I suppose. Like if you're in a relationship and you're defining the success of a relationship based off if it lasts or not, you're missing did we connect with each other? Did we love each other? Did we create memories? Did we have an amazing time? Did we go through struggles and grow together? And like all of those things are the wins. That is the success story. And being able to share your life with someone, share your journey with someone, and being able to look back on the journey, say my bodybuilding competitions, and being like, wow, I did all of that, and not just focusing on the end thing, which might have been getting up on stage, or focusing on, the relationship coming to an end. It's like, actually the journey to get to that very point is the whole reason that you should enter something in the first place, because that is true growth. It's where our resilience comes, and it's where we discover our love and our passion for things, for people. And so yes, focus on the journey and not the destination, guys. I hope you have enjoyed today's podcast episode. I am so grateful and blessed, and just in so much gratitude for you for tuning in, for the birthday wishes. And like I said, I just wanted to pour some love that I received back into the world, and I hope to catch you guys on my next episode. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already, and I love you guys so much.